Hello, this is an ad, but also we're going to talk about karmic healing, okay? So, hang out with me. We're doing the Medicube. We're doing the neck, okay? Because Mama does not have money for Botox. And the reason why I've decided to start doing TikTok shop is because we're saving up for IVF. So, because Mama's getting old and we got to get this going, okay? So, let's talk about karmic healing. I once had a client who told me, because I've been explaining this concept, karmic healing between twin flames for years. And I once had a client tell me, I refuse to heal because I don't want my twin to heal. Which, valid, okay? But let's talk about it. All right, so picture this. The moment the divine feminine genuinely starts healing, and I mean that like genuinely, okay? Not posting Instagram quotes, stories for his attention, okay? Not pretending that she's over it, not healing while secretly checking if he viewed her Instagram story. Yeah, talking about y'all, okay? I mean, actually healing. I mean, going to therapy, setting boundaries, especially with herself. I've had many a client where they come to me because they're drowning in codependency, and I literally have to have them sit on their hands instead of checking, okay? But like going to therapy, setting boundaries, choosing herself, finding peace, as soon as she starts doing that, it's almost like the divine masculine's entire life suddenly gets very loud. So maybe he loses the job that he thought he'd have forever, right? Maybe the relationship that he's in falls apart. Family wounds start to resurface, He also could have issues where his health forces him to slow down. He might start questioning everything that he thought he wanted, right? People in the twin flame community, my students especially, we got a name for this, right? We call it karmic healing. It's called the divine feminine energetically forcing the masculine to heal. And it's actually a really good way to figure out if you have an actual soul contract with someone. Because if you're healing and their life goes to crap because they're refusing to heal, that's a sign. Now, before everyone grabs, their pitchforks in the comments and comes for me, I'm talking about a spiritual belief that many people within the twin flame community share, okay? It's not something that science has confirmed, but it's a pattern that countless people feel that they've witnessed in these connections. I've witnessed it myself. So the belief is this, right? That twin flames don't just mirror each other's love. They also trigger and mirror each other's wounds, and they mirror each other's evolution. So when one soul finally breaks a generational pattern, stops abandoning themselves, maybe gets out of active addiction, etc., and they start to operate from a healthier place, the old energetic dance cannot continue. It's like the universe taps the other person on the shoulder and says, okay, your turn, right? And here's where people get kind of confused because they think healing is all love. They think it's all light. It's all lavender candles and angel numbers, baby. Healing has a demolition crew. Anyone who's ever been through a dark night of the soul knows that for damn sure, okay? So, I'm really hoping to avoid having to get neck Botox, but I'm almost 40, so work your magic, Medicube. The first thing that ages us as women is our neck, okay? They say it's our neck, our décolletage, and our hands. So we're trying to rewind the friggin' clock, guys. Anyway, sometimes awakening looks suspiciously like getting fired, or the relationship that they've been settling for suddenly implodes. The friend group disappears, money gets weird, the body demands rest after years of running on autopilot all of a sudden. It's like, excuse me, all the grief that they've shoved into the basement kind of starts banging on the ceiling, okay? So it's like life keeps asking the same question in 17 different fonts. Are you ready now? Because from this perspective, the goal is not punishment, it's alignment, right? You can't build a new life on a foundation that's cracking underneath you. You can't build a house on a broken foundation. And this is the part that I wish more twin flame gurus, more divine counterpart guides and seers, this is what I wish they talked about more. Because people hear this and think, so if I heal enough, they'll come back. Sometimes, mostly no. That's still chasing, feminines, okay? Healing isn't like a vending machine where you can insert self-love and a divine masculine drops out the bottom. Sorry. Your healing isn't meant to control someone else's timeline. It's not. It's meant to free you from needing to. So, could your growth become the catalyst that forces your person to look at themselves? According to lots of us in this community, absolutely. But catalysts don't make choices. People do, right? Some people answer the call. Some people spend years avoiding it. Some people keep rebuilding the same burning house with prettier curtains. You don't get to choose that part. You only get to decide whether you're going to keep waiting outside the construction site or go build the life that your soul came here to live. You feel me? Here's the real plot twist. Sometimes the biggest sign isn't that, or sorry, how do I say this? Sometimes the biggest sign that your healing is working isn't that they come back. It's that for the first time, your happiness no longer depends on whether they do or not, right? And here's the petty version, my petty Latina self. You know how they say like the greatest revenge is becoming a success, right? Which will happen if you put in the work to doing your shadow work and your healing, right? But also, it means that the person who hurt you is going to go through some shit. Heal for you, absolutely. But just know, whether you find out about it or not, you got karmic justice heading your way. Be petty, heal your... Stay petty, stay toxic. Heal so that they're forced to go through what they need to go through. Okay, love you so much, bye.